Alrighty. Hello and good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, our search for Bigfoot continues. We've yet to find where Bigfoot's at, but surely we will find them eventually. Hi. Well, as you can see, I can lean over there. I'm not in my room today. I'm actually out in the forest. Um, this is kind of where I come to hang out when I have time. And so kind of be neat to kind of come out here today and make a video. So that's kind of what I want to do. Um, some practical things. So maybe some experience things I learned. Having kind of a hell of a time with my confidence. Um, I'm getting better. I think sounding a little better. Not when I try to talk though. It's kind of like when you're at the arcade, and this will date me, you're playing Donkey Kong and you think you're doing really well and you want to show your friend, hey, look, I'm on, 125 meters or whatever, and that's when you die, when somebody's watching. And sometimes I feel that way. Had two instances yesterday. One was at the grocery store. Yeah, well, both were at the grocery store now that I think about it. I've been sitting in my car and the ordered, groceries, kind of like the pandemic. And while I was waiting for the person to come out, I was talking to myself, trying to improve my coughing and snorting and whatnot, belching. And the person came up, and is this Mrs. Parks? This is your order. And I immediately just lost it. It was like dropped my voice and went into my old voice, like I did just then. And I opened up the car and went around, and in the 3 seconds around my car, I was like, fuck, why can't I do this? So then I was like, I'm determined. So I think I said something like, in my voice, I said, how are you today? Short talk, kind of like I do at work, and was able to maintain it. But, there's just some, not curiosity, some confidence, So if you're in a similar situation, you may find we're building confidence. It's like transitioning all over again. And then when I was inside the store, there was a gentleman. He was a veteran, and he was trying to figure out how to use the self checkout. And he said, "Oh, do you know how to use this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, let me help you out." But my voice just came out so I don't think I can replicate it. It caught me off guard. And it was like, oh, I think I know how to do it. It really didn't sound very good. But I helped him as best I could. But, it's one of those things. It's just, I notice when I try, the voice doesn't sound all that great. But then there are times when I'm not trying. And it's like, I guess that's the whole point of it, is to get yourself so you can just do it, not think about it, And that's going to take some time. So there's that. Um, the other thing, I'm trying to kind of expand my comfort zone a little bit. And I'm trying to get involved in a colonial reenactment, not like Civil War reenactors, okay? But similar, but in the colonial times. Now I live in Kentucky. Well, I live in Indiana. That's where I am right now, Indiana. but the group is in Kentucky, and they're more concerned about, they're really, when you think of colonial America, you think about, you know, Williamsburg, Jamestown, you think about before there was the United States. And Kentucky at that time was really like the frontier, you know. In fact, I was going to say, people like Daniel Boone and whatnot. Daniel Boone's brother, Squire Boone, was the one who actually came out to Kentucky and did one of the first settlements. Not pioneers. I think of like the Oregon Trail. Frontiers people, homesteaders. And so I'm trying to get involved kind of in them, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to show up and say, in my older voice, okay, I want to use this voice because this is the voice I want to use for the rest of my life. And I'm trying to build up the stamina, as well as just kind of be my authentic self, And probably be another month. They only meet once a month. So I got a month to kind of get my act together. And then there's another group. They're mostly witches. But they meet in Louisville. It's not like a coven or anything, but it's like a earth-based spirituality group, I guess. As far as druidry goes, there's me and somebody else. They're druids. But, I kind of want to, the meeting's in a couple weeks, and I want to talk and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's like, this is this is definitely a period of transition. I mean, really. So, trying to do that. And that's another reason why I kind of came out only this way. You can see the forest. Kind of why I came back out here today. Because I'm trying to get back to where I was like a year ago, I'm attracted to druidry more than Wicca. Religion's kind of not very religious. I wouldn't quite say an atheist. Ooh, an atheist. But for me at the moment, there's just too many, everything's valid, it's what you believe in. In being trans, I've definitely have encountered a lifetime of Christians persecuting me. So, religion kind of has a bad taste in my mouth. And my foray into Wicca before, I was not, I was a guy priest, right? I was a guy witch, and it just didn't feel right. And so I'm wondering, now that I can be a girl witch, maybe that'll be more up my alley, But as much as I see problems in Christianity with, material goods, I see the same thing in Wicca and druidry to a certain degree. People just, it's material things are just not my bag, not into jewelry or amulets or rocks or stones or, buying a wand. I have a wand. I have a magic wand, believe it or not. But it found me. I was removing dead wood from my backyard one day, and this tree branch just like hit me on the head. And it's like the perfect wand. And I was like, oh, I looked up at the tree and I was like, well, thank you. You gave me a magic wand. And so I kind of cut it down trimmed it and blessed it and whatnot. But it was one of those things, everyone, I guess, there are many different roads towards spirituality and whatnot, but to me, I guess it's not something you go to the store and buy, you know? That's not to mean you can't be, if you feel power from a rock or a stone, or, knock your socks off. Just not something, like I said, materialistic, you know, no jewelry. But maybe that's just something I've been afraid of, you know. So there's room for me to grow too. There's room for me to grow as well. And also too, much like being raised Catholic, the Mass and everything, that's something that kind of turned me off about Wicca to a degree. The rituals and whatnot. If I stand in a certain place at a certain time and I say a certain word, something's going to happen, which could be. But it also mirrors, the Catholic Mass to a degree. And, I tend to think, I don't want to say what someone else came up with. I want to say what I came up with. And maybe I don't know, there's room to grow here. There's room to grow. But anyway, so I got some other things kind of going on in my life right now. And the last thing is my mom's coming to town. And this will be the first time that, I've kind of been using my voice, and she's coming to town, and I don't know how it's going to go. And my daughter is tolerating it, probably would be the best word. Not encouraging it, but tolerating it. And dealing with that. She doesn't have to like it, but I don't know. She kind of makes fun of me a little bit. But just kind of taking it one day at a time, And I don't know necessarily what the future is going to hold. A job opportunity maybe in a couple months within my department where I work. So, that could lead to other things. So, there's lots of things kind of going on. In addition to trying to get better at speaking, with my authentic feminine voice. My voice, whether it's feminine or not, it's my voice, And that's kind of one of the things I think I talked about, if not the last time, but recently, this is my voice. This is my voice. This is not your voice. This is not someone else's voice. No one is telling me, I'll listen to criticism and suggestions, I guess, but this is my voice, And had I been encouraged to be myself sooner, I wonder if this would have been, the natural, I would have had this voice before, And obviously, pre-puberty, things would have gone a little differently as far as the shape of things. And, I don't know, kind of stuck in a way, but making the best of a bad situation. But in light of everything, I have the opportunity to try. Some people don't have that, Where I was 20 years ago, where I was 10 years ago, stuck and afraid. So I guess I should consider myself very lucky, too. I don't have anybody keeping me down. Well, Republican. Right now the Republicans are trying to keep me down, but not me personally, but Man, they just hate us. They just hate us. Anyway, I think that's about it. So, I'm gonna chill out here and just kind of soak up the sun and listen to the birds. And the trees are in the process of getting their leaves back. I used to come out here a lot. About 6 months ago, I just kind of stopped. So, trying to reconnect where I was. And that's about it. So, I guess I'll shut up. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck in the pursuit of being your authentic self. Let me get my finger on the button. There we go. And until next time, I wish you a pleasant day. Bye-bye.